All right, welcome back to another episode of GTNH. How's everyone doing? Hang on, let me do that quick. Yeah. I'm a real content creator now, right? No. How's everyone doing tonight? It's been a little quiet for me. Not really, actually. I took a walk. I just got back a little bit ago, so excuse me if I'm a little tired because it was a long walk. I was actually out there for so long that the sun started getting down, and it's like a kind of a dense forest, so I was getting a little nervous, but I made it safely back home. Back to GTNH, right? Where I guess you can say my safe space, but I'm just rambling. And so a little bit of an announcement, I guess, to start off with. You probably have noticed if you've been watching for a little bit, my voice sounds a little different. At least I hope it does. I'm in the middle of like a rabbit hole trying to not fix, but like change how my mic sounds. And and it's just a whole rabbit hole of information that I found myself in. And I think one of the most important things I've noticed or realized is mic placement. For the longest time, the mic was actually pointing towards my nose. I didn't really realize that, so I think I lost a lot of like fullness in my voice because of that. It's just something I've realized, and I'm trying some new stuff out. So it's gonna be a couple episodes, I think, while I tweak some things. I'm trying to get to a point that I like, that I'm comfortable with, and the big reason I'm doing this now is to get prepared for the piano streams whenever those start to happen. So just bear with it. It'll be a couple episodes before I get comfortable with it, but I just thought I'd mention that. Hey, Sena. So, what did we do yesterday? We finally got access to crafting proxies. That's one of the things. So that's over here. Yeah, I'm fusioning it. We also set up a couple of things for the space elevator. A couple of, 2 of the pumps, and then space assembly, and a mining Mark III. And then probably the biggest achievement was getting a second DTPF. And we're not going to stop at 2. I need way more because this is one of the major bottlenecks is how slow these guys produce. And we did craft a good amount of stuff yesterday, but it did not finish. Hypogen coils are still crafting. It just had to work through so much stuff, but we at least have enough hypogen to craft the number of coils that we need. I guess you can say it did progress. 1,200 coils. That's pretty good, but I don't think that's enough. Plus, we need a bunch of other things like all the other casings and whatnot. So, which brings me to the plan for today. I would love to be able to craft these casings, but we saw yesterday that one of the biggest bottlenecks is our lack of biocatalyst medium. Like, yeah, we reproduce a decent amount. I would say about, 40 million a day? But we keep running out of this stuff, so I need to actually spend the time upgrading it. And I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I don't do it. So I'm going to force myself to do it now because it's about time. So that's pretty much the main goal for today is upgrading this. And I actually was curious about a little something. Because it says here, outputs, depending on the amount of fluid stored in the output hatch, does it specify how many output hatches I can have? Am I allowed to put more than one? I'm actually curious about that. No, I don't think that's possible, but I'm just curious about it. And maybe even thinking about other ways of setting this up. Now, I think really the best bet is to just simplify the setup over here, which I've had for a while, but it's not really connected to anything. It's not doing anything. So I think that's what we'll start with. Upgrading the bacterial vat just a little bit to produce this faster. So this is already upgraded to UEV. It's just that whatever nonsense I have going on here is not really good enough to to sustain itself, for example, we want to have as close to 16,000 liters in here as possible. But we don't have that because my setup kind of broke. So I have the other setup that I'd set up with Xenoxine, and so far it seems a lot better. So that's probably what I'll go with. Yeah, okay. Let's just start off with that. Gonna need a bunch of UEV energy hatches. Craft that. Go ahead and cancel you. I'll come back to you later. Since you're working towards digital singularities, here's an AE2 fun fact gathered by the team helping me. For the same amount of storage, a storage cell takes about 30% less in game operations compared to a storage bus on a tank. This was reason enough for people to start working on 1.12 big cell AE2 add-ons. Oh, wow. So, too long didn't read, AE2 cells are superior. So there's one solution that GT&H did. I don't know if other packs did the same or similar. So whenever you have a massive storage system, for example, a infinity chest, right? Obviously, it's probably not a good idea to have a storage bus on here, but how GT&H does it internally, I think it treats the infinity chest as a drive. So I think that was their workaround for unstable or like slow operations, I guess. I don't know too much else. So it's totally okay to use infinity chest as storage because of that. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know too much of the tech side of like mod packs, but it's really interesting either way. And I guess I imagine like a huge storage tank might be the same for here. I don't know, but at this point of the pack, you just want to spam digital stuff because I think they're like the biggest form of storage. Yeah, let's go with that. So I'm trying to think of this. One thing I'm curious about is if a bacterial vat lets me put 2 output hatches. So I'll just put a random one over here. I don't think it'll let me. I'm going to find out, right? Okay, and then we'll put a buffer in there. And let's have 2 output buses. No, output hatches. Just 1 for now. Let me see here. So you also need a radio hatch and I guess an energy hatch. I mean, you probably just need the radio hatch. Yeah, I gotta deprecate it. What? Use radio hatch instead. That's a new thing. Okay, sure. I did not realize that. I just thought of something that that's been bothering me for a while. It's not really anything serious, but you know how we all have pet peeves, right? One of my biggest pet peeves, it happens to me almost every day. So I guess a little bit of a background first. That's the wrong thing, actually. Hang on. You guys know how blankets have like a tag that says some information about them? So I am very picky about where my tabs are. For example, I like it to be on the, like, as I'm laying down on my bed, I like it to be on the bottom right, away from me. But for some reason, every time I make my bed, the tag ends up at the front, and I don't know how. I guess it's like I move a lot in my sleep, I guess, but it's annoying. It's just something I'm thinking about. I made my bed this morning. Same thing. It was pointing the other way, and I'm like, how do you do that? What's missing here? You have input output. Bacterial fat. Input output. I guess you also need the output bus, right? No, you shouldn't need to know. I guess energy hatch. And because that's borosilicate glass, we'll just I just want to try this out. We'll use an HV energy hatch. Yeah, one of those simple ones that surprised. I guess I don't have any. Really? Oh, yes, I do. Man, I haven't used this stuff in forever. Oh, look at that. Cute energy hatch. Okay. So, does it let me have more than one output? No, it's very picky. Okay. Because I was already thinking of ways to go around the whole fluid limit. Like, what if I have this output hatch full of fluid and this one is empty for every recipe? So, oh, wait. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. It's been a while since we set up the bacterial vat, so there might be some kind of modern technology we have now that can fix that. So I guess I'd like a little refresher if you don't know about it. It's a thing about the bacterial vat. If you want maximum efficiency, you want the output hatch to always be half full. But it's kind of tricky to keep it half full. So people kind of have weird setups to ensure that it's about half full every recipe, which is what this is doing. So I'm gonna keep it the same. I had a little setup over here and it kind of broke. It doesn't really work. So we'll do the updated method. Let me drink some water. Okay. So first up is we're gonna give it a bunch of energy hatches. I don't think these are the bottleneck, but upgrading their production so that they're about half full is gonna make a big difference. Like that, and then I don't really know how much power, so I'm gonna give it another dynamo hatch over here, just in case. Yeah. Pretty much done already. Thank you. Put you right here. 64 amp, UEV. Right there. Cables. Select you. And we go all the way over here. Yeah, I totally have it like that. Okay. So just go up there. Then connect you. there and there. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, I'm just jamming out to some of the music I have in the background. But yeah, I did take a walk today. It's pretty much a known thing now that the purgatory trails that I've talked about before. It's pretty much my favorite trail of all time now. It's so cool. Pretty surreal too, because like something that I guess you can say I advocate for is, you know, how to explain it. There's this thing that we kind of drown out because we're so used to it. Mostly whenever you live in like a big town or a big city, is machine noise or like noise pollution, I guess. I guess you can say that we drown it out. Like you can just sit down, focus your hearing, and you're just gonna hear a bunch of like a hum. There's always going to be some kind of hum. But whenever you're out there, like on a hike or like a very quiet trail away from, I guess you can say away from civilization, it gets really quiet away from all those hums. Oh man, it's so peaceful. It's very like surreal too. And I think that's why I like the walks and that trail because it can get really quiet sometimes and it's very peaceful. That's one of the things I've noticed when I was working at the manufacturing plant. It's a very noisy environment if you've never been in one. And sometimes I would pay extra attention to it because it's you just do sometimes. And I admit that I get a little overwhelmed because of how loud it can get. It's just the constant, so noises like that. And if you pay too much attention to it, it's gonna bother you, and for sure would bother me sometimes. I guess I'm just trying to say, if you have the opportunity to go take a walk in like a very out of the way area, it's pretty nice, very peaceful, and I like stuff like that. And I'm trying to make it a habit to go even more often because I usually don't, especially with the weather recently, right? Hey, killer. But the weather was real nice. It's weird though because like just not even a week ago the weather was freezing, under 20 degree or in the 20s, which is, not very common for Texas folk. And then today, 70 degrees. Like what the heck? Such a huge difference. Okay, radio hatch goes there. I don't think I really need to configure that. You should not be connected to oil. No, 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 no. I think that's pretty much all I need to connect this, right? By the way, killer, I totally see you. You're already in the 80s, right? Chill. Trying to make this over here. Oh, it's over here. So you need to have growth catalyst medium. It might be time to get into a quantum force transformer too, because do we have access to tier 3? No, but we're very close. You're at 82. Yeah, we're actually very close to making UIV field generators. I think. Let me check the quests. Yes. I just need to work on the UAV energy hatch and so on. Okay. So maybe quantum force transformer is going to happen very soon. By the way, is there any way to like tell this to shush? I think you have to hit it with a hammer. No. Because I think muffler hatches were deprecated, or muffler covers. I think you hit it with the hammer. You basically beat the noise out of it. Not a soft mallet, that disables machines. It's a hard hammer to silence a machine. Yes. You just beat it until it gets quiet. Alright, enriched Nakodal rod, that's... Actually, what did you need again? What did you have? We have to use the same fluid over here, the same thing here. Yeah, it's a bonk. Gonna end this month at 90? Dude, I believe we're getting the hundreds. Get out of here. No, I want a quadria rod. Okay. And then, I guess from here, how much output hatch? Or what's your output hatch over here? Raw biocatalyst medium. 32,000. That we'll stick with 64. It's fine. So I will have biocatalyst medium. Just put 16 in each one because I can. I don't want it to do that actually. You'll get there. So how do I have it over here? Is it also a storage bus? Yes, it's also a storage bus. So I want this one instead to have biocatalyst medium. It's because we copy pasted from the Xenoxine area, so I also have to change some of the signals here, which is not going to be fun. So for example, redstone receiver. I'm going to remove the redstone receiver because that's really only there to tell the scene to turn off, and I don't care. We're going to have it running nonstop. So I just have to remove, what does that cover? Fluid detector. Fluid threshold. I think that one stays, but I have to change the frequency to something else. Oh no. The frequencies are all over the place. Hang on. I get my sniffer. So if I check for, so this one is 104. 1040. Add a 0 to all of them. Okay. And then again with the machine controller, I'm just going to have this run nonstop. Because we're rich. There's no need to worry about, oh, I don't want to run out of resources. No. If we run out of resources, that's a big problem. And something else is the matter. Okay. And then I gotta control each one of something. Is it a fluid regulator? There's also a receiver in here that I have to talk to. Yes. This is the one that tells this machine to actually start pumping stuff out, so just add a 0 to all of them. And hopefully this works because covers are kind of notorious for breaking. The redstone covers, at least. So hopefully this works. Okay. Stocking input bus. No. And then no. So this one needs to have you, and you. And then you just need to have the same stuff. And then fluids. There we go. Believe that's it. Overflow voiding? No. Lock fluid mode, yes. And I believe that's it. And then I have to give them the petri dishes, so I'm going to steal them from you. Not sorry, but I kind of need them. Oops. You're getting decommissioned. And there we go. It's not everything we have to do though, because next step is to that's one of the problems as well, that if the output hatch doesn't have anything in there, it's going to have trouble because it tries to maintain a certain amount of fluid in there. But that's what the fluid regulators is for. It should be able to maintain, or it pumps it if there's less than a certain amount. So in our case, it's 32,000. And it should not be taking anything out. It'll slowly build up. Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and take out a couple of cells so I can help replenish the other sides. And there we go. So the idea, it's just so that it doesn't take out anything. It's going to balance around 32,000 because of all this logic I have here with the fluid detector cover. But it's never going to be exact. It's always going to be around 32,000 or so. But it should be way better than this because some of the output buses were like 6,000, consistently 12,000. No, it should 1,200. That's like not good. The 1,200 not good. So this is really affecting our rates. Yeah, this is bad because it should be at around 16,000, not 170. So this wasn't actually producing us too much stuff. It was flawed. So this should be a lot better with better logic now. It's because back then I think I had to, right? I was trying to control it with fluid cells or volumetric flasks, and they just never worked correctly. So I gave up trying to use them. That should be improved, but you'll see that they're not all turned on. I want this to be running nonstop. How do I fix that? I need more seaweed. A lot more seaweed. And I was thinking about it. There's two ways to get seaweed, actually. Well, yeah, two ways to get seaweed. One of them is to extract it from seaweed broth, which is another bacterial vat setup. Another one is seaweed combs, which honestly is probably better because it's free. So we have a bottleneck. We're not producing the seaweed fast enough. Yeah, and that's being produced right over here. So these centrifuges are a little slow. So what is one way for me to fix this? It might be time for us to get into spamming with crafting proxies, maybe. Maybe not even that, but just probably duplicating the setup would work too. Yeah, we'll do that. I got space back here. Yeah, let's do it. All right, copy. Go ahead and copy from here. And then we're just going to double it and give it to the next person. Right here. And then I just keep fixing bottlenecks until this runs nonstop. That's the whole idea. And these machines are also part of the fun, the extractors, but these are running nonstop. But yeah, it's the lack of seaweed that we're picking up that is the problem. Because they're not running at their full capacity. Yeah, I had to produce more seaweed. At some point, once I get the quantum force transformer, I won't have to do all of that. It'll just be this. Mm-hmm. I'll think about the quantum force transformer because it's getting to that point. We might have to start thinking about it. Okay. And matter manipulator is so good, right? And there we go. And then you need some power. And I did plug in a 64 amp energy hatch over there, so that might give us enough power. And how many channels do you have? Do you have enough for 2 or 3 more? Yes, you do. Okay. Infinity and black cable. Oh yeah, I should probably plug in plug power first. There we go. And produce me my seaweed, please. Okay. So now we have 8 centrifuges. I probably need more because I want this running nonstop. And it's kind of rough though because the seaweed stuff, this extract, takes a while to craft. It's pretty slow and it eats an entire stack for just one of them. And each seaweed produces just one. So maybe taking a look at the seaweed broth, but I don't know. We'll see if that's enough to keep this running full speed. It looks like I can definitely make more. And I may want to make enough so that there's even a bottleneck of or like an excess of this extract stuff because we use it for a bunch of stuff. I'm thinking. No, that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. As long as you guys are running nonstop. You see that there's still a delay. So you're still not fast enough. Let me see here. The max parallel is 64 though. So you should be able to do 64 unless you don't have enough power. Yeah, you're still not producing seaweed fast enough. You know what that means, right? Another group of centrifuges. Yeah, I need more. More. Have you seen my message about getting a 1.2 billion loan? I think I was reading the chat. Yeah. Did you actually end up getting that loan? I'm going to put another group of you guys because I need this to run nonstop. And maybe even speed this up because it's not fast enough to. Oh, yeah, you're also a problem. You're not outputting fast enough. Okay, you're not fast enough. All right. I just need to let's play test this. Maybe add a 0 to it. What about 1,000 every couple ticks? Do you know how long you would have to be able to pay it off? Let's do the math here. If I actually no, I think that's okay. Yeah, 1,000 is probably fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, so we'll just make all of this 1,000. $2 months? Are you able to pay off a 1.2 billion loan in 2 months? I mean, as your clan leader, I would say go for it because it means you're gonna play, which means victory points for the clan. And I'm trying to take advantage of that. I mean, you've already looted 80 in how many days? 80 times. Let's say each one is 5 million, right? Because inflation happens. So what is that? 80 times 5 million. You've already made what is that? 400 million or 40 million? No, it's 400 million, right? You can probably do that, honestly. You can definitely do that. And also one thing to think about is that your alts are only just gonna get stronger with that loan. So you'll be making them even faster, I think. I've honestly considered a loan as well. Because I actually don't want to leave my alt in death row without UB because it's really hard to do anything without UB. Oh, I remember this. For the longest time, I've never had any crafting for huge pipes, and I think I do now. Yeah. Yeah, same here. With my alt down there, I only pay attention to the cycles that are in the red zone. I don't fight with my alt in death row because I cannot tank it. Plus, I just gave back the Max Storm also, so I don't really have a weapon for my alt anymore. Yeah, see, you're not fast enough. I still need to produce biocatalyst medium. More. We need more. More. Molten miraging steel. Circuit 5. Circuit 5s are broken. I'm aware of that. Put that over here. XP parts being worthless and my alts would be sort of useless. That's really the only reason you have those alts, right? I don't think so because the Dawn weapons are gonna come out, and there's always a demand for XP parts. There we go. Okay. It's a risk for sure, but I don't think they're gonna go down in 2 months. It doesn't seem like they've gone down too much, but it's really hard to predict the market in that game because you can say that and then you get the Max Storm situation, or the complete other way around, right? Where things become so dirt cheap. Like I was surprised. I took a break for a couple months, right? And for the longest time, ever since the Exile Mesh came out, I was like so bent on trying to get the Exile Mesh. And then when I started playing a lot more in Christmas event, I checked the price. It's like, what the heck? It lost its value. Is it one of those games? It's so Dead Frontier. It's a zombie game that's been around forever. Let me drink water before I actually start conversation here. So it's a zombie game, MMO that's been around for a long time, and me and Killer have been playing it forever. And the market in that game is completely player driven. So the player just dictates like the expense or the price of stuff. But it's also supply and demand. The devs have little interaction with it. It's pretty cool. Um, but sometimes weapons that get released, they always release stuff every event, like every season. And then whenever a big update comes out, it can affect the game and like the demand of certain stuff. So yes, they don't really rebalance stuff all the time. It's rare, but when they release new stuff, that affects prices like crazy. So the killer's talking about XP parts or experimental parts. It's this very rare item that you get from fighting bandits. It's a boss drop. And they released an implant, like a buff to your character, that makes it more likely to get those. So that's the concern, that they're going to get cheap because they're so much more accessible now. But we just don't know the player market because they're also planning to release weapons that consume that item. But it's only a rumor. We don't know. We don't really know too much about the devs' plans because they just show up and say, "Hey, we changed something." So it's really hard to predict it, like real life stocks. Pretty much. It's really interesting though. How do I do this? What's the neatest way to do this without it looking ugly? Because I don't have enough channels because that is 9 channels. That's too many. Am I just going to do it to them? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to do this, but I have to. Oh, this is going to look so ugly. I don't like that. I'm sorry, that's going to bother me. This is one way I can do it. Fluix cable. I just use a Fluix cable and a gray colored cable. So for example, I just replace you with the Fluix. Oh, you hate that. Oh, you really don't like that. Oh, there goes my system. I barely did anything. Oh yeah, the AE2 system hates that. Don't do that. There we go. Okay. So Fluix cable and like a gray cable. Totally oh, you're still gonna no, this black. See, look nice and neat. And then this doesn't matter because this is 6 channels. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so what is the problem now? I think the next problem is the lack of seaweed combs. So now I have to produce this even more. And I get this through bees. So I need to get more bees going. How many more centrifuges do you need? And I can even fit one more group of 4 centrifuges here. If I really need it. Yeah, that already stopped. So next bottleneck is bees. I need a whole bunch of you. Tell you what, I have to. Yeah, I need a lot more. This is never fun. Output, do that. Thank you. Turn that on. Get my seaweed queen. And I need a bunch of princesses as well. Then operating swarmer. Put that there. I'm gonna need you to make me a bunch of you. And then gonna need a lot of drones. Yeah, we're gonna get silly with it. I need a lot of seaweed. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay. You think 27 or 28 more bees is enough? Probably. Five, 6, and that's it. And there we go. That's too many bees. That's fine. Give me the bees. How much seaweed can one person need? So I went to Pluckers earlier today, right? This is a completely random tangent that I'm thinking about. Sorry. My train of thought is kind of random today. So I took a walk today, right? And after that, I used that as an excuse to get Pluckers. If you don't know what Pluckers is, it's like a Central Texas uh, place to get wings. They have some really good chicken wings and tenders. Got some chicken tendies and some really good stuff. But anyways, they were having some kind of trivia night where they would just go around asking people the random trivia questions, right? And you had to guess whether the correct answer is slightly above or below. It's that over under sort of thing. But anyways, one of the fun facts that they told, like they said, it was really interesting actually. They were talking about trees, which is funny because I just came back from a park. And not just trees, but like nature in general. And one of the things they said, or that they asked people, was like, "Oh, how fast does bamboo grow in inches?" So I know it's an American metric system, right? Or American measurement system. Say what you want about it, but the trivia question asks like, how many inches does a bamboo grow per day? So I was already thinking to myself, oh, like I don't know, 3, 4, because I know they grow fast. 48. The dude grows 4 feet. That's like almost my height. Well, I'm like 6 feet, right? Two feet off, but 4 feet a day. That's crazy. I didn't realize bamboo grew that fast. And I know some of the other people that were sitting next to me thought the same thing because they were like, "What the heck, really?" I wasn't actually playing, but the people sitting next to me were, and I could hear them. They're like all confused. Like, what do you mean 4 feet a day? That's crazy. Now I'm curious. I want to see if that trivia question is correct. Bamboo, how fast? How fast does it grow? It's the world's fastest growing plant, with some species reaching astounding heights of nearly 3 feet a meter in a single day. Why? So the top post is Reddit. Today I learned the world record for the fastest growing plant. They have been found to grow up to 35 inches per day at a rate of 0.00002 miles per hour. Why are you even saying it like that? Sorry. Yes, I'm American, but that's an irredeemable use of the measurement. What does that even mean? Yeah, you can actually watch it grow. That's how fast they grow. It's crazy. New stream idea: watching bamboo grow live. Another random fact, very similar to that one, is have you guys heard about one of the most well performing streams of all time? Was literally watching paint dry. So clearly I'm doing something wrong. Hang on, I gotta see it. Let's look it up. Watching paint dry stream. It was by RT Game. And 10,000 people were watching it. What the heck? I bet you I can one up that by watching bamboo grow. I'm gonna order myself like a bamboo tree or something. A shoot? Isn't that the right word for it? Okay, let's see how fast they were. How much more seaweed we get out of this. 3.7 thousand. That is some percent more than we were getting before. If that's not enough, that's crazy. So these dudes are gonna be consuming the heck out of it. I just need to make sure that we have an excess of seaweed production, or the combs at least. We're already at 10,000. Okay. One of the first Mr. Beast videos was counting to 1 million in one sitting. People love to watch stuff like that, right? I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so combs is steadily going up. That's a good sign. But you see here that seaweed is not being produced fast enough, at least. Or is it? No, it is. I want this to be a bottleneck. So it looks like we're still not producing seaweed fast enough. How much do you need? So I know you produce fast enough when I hit 64 process. So this one is producing at max rate. This one is. Maybe it just needs a little bit of time to catch up. This one isn't. This one's not. So we're still not producing seaweed fast enough. For whatever tier we're using. But still, that's like a huge bonus. I can honestly probably increase it by another group of centrifuges. But the main concern here is, am I producing enough seaweed extract? And it looks like yes, we are. This is all I'm really curious about. Let me take a drink. Okay. Yeah, no, it looks okay. It's looking good. Yeah, these are capped. Okay, as long as the extractors are capped, I think we're okay. So if we're not producing the extract fast enough, which might be the case actually, and I do not want to batch mode either because I don't know how that's going to work. we'll watch it for a little bit. It looks like it's increasing. Seaweed is capped. The actual process stuff is capped. The extract is increasing. Just barely. It's increasing though. Okay. I think we're capped. That's as good as we're going to get with 4 bacterial vats upgraded to UIV. All right, we'll leave it like that for now. If I end up needing more of this biocatalyst stuff, uh-oh. So there's nothing showing, but that's because we actually automatically process it into the actual stuff that we use everywhere else. This one. And that's done over here. Yes, this one. Okay. So if I check this should be a little better. And I'm going to leave it like that. Just for now. Okay. So what else can we work on? That's still going to take a while to produce anything, but that might be enough for us to hold off until quantum force transforming. I was about to say, uh-oh, this stopped already. No, it's just we're producing. We moved the machine over here. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this one because I don't like it. This is the OG. You've done a lot of good work, but it is time to decommission you. At least disconnect the power and all the other stuff. The AE2 connection so that it doesn't lag out my system for whatever reason. Yeah, that seems like it's a lot better already. Yeah, we're producing this in excess now. That's good. Okay. I guess I'll leave that for a little bit, see how much of an improvement it is, but probably the next step is just to continue what we were doing yesterday. And that is going down the rabbit hole. Right on, we're now at 20 billion. So I set that up yesterday as well. So I said I was going to do this off camera, but I didn't end up doing it off camera. But it's like setting things up. For example, the fluid storage cores, because I kind of need this stuff. And I think this was all for fluid digital singularity storage cells. It's just getting ready for this. Plus a bunch of other things. Speaking of which, I can now make energy hatches. So I can research for the UIV energy hatch. Where's this guy? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be a more calm episode, just researching things. So I'm still trying to catch up on a lot of stuff here. And I still need to work on 2 more plasma forges or DTPFs, which we totally could, but that's expensive. Yeah, that's going to be expensive. We'll do that later. So next up, I guess we can also work on continuing into the UIV quest line. And one of those is getting energy hatch. The UAV energy hatch. Thank you. And if it crafts fast enough, we might be able to use it for other shenanigans, right? Yeah, so what happens if I try to craft it? First of all, I need to get the complete quests. We want superconductor UIV wire. That one. I remember we tried to craft it yesterday, but it took forever because the DTPF was, or the plasma fusion reactors were bottlenecked. because of all this catalyst stuff. Oh, you're so slow, right? Yeah, this guy's slow. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's still kind of slow. Okay, but that'll be the wire. Just need a little bit of transcendent metal. Complete this quest and then craft them into the UAV energy hatch. And then work on a pico circuit. Oh, we have to upgrade the... Okay, I'll make a couple of stuff for that. Actually, wasn't this a bottleneck for us? No. But at some point we need to get lanthanum. Okay, I can complete that quest. ULV wireless energy hatches is something I do want to think of at some point. And there we go. This guy's produced in the up tier ass machine, which is over here. Should be circuit 9. Did you make something you weren't supposed to? Electric pump UIV, 30 of those wires. Oh, yeah, circuit. Yeah, circuit broke it. Yeah, you made a bunch of those. No. And there it is. 53 seconds. Oh no. Alright, that's a little slow. Okay, we can also set up the recipes for this, so I need a ass machine circuit 9. Thin styrene butadiene rubber sheet. Why? You have to be styrene butadiene. Okay. Large steel fluid cell, that is circuit 1. No, the superconductor wires are finished. Thank you. Okay. And then use those to craft a UAV energy hatch. Just one. I just want to complete the quests. Pretty sure that this man's going to be kind of pricey as well. Yeah. And we need a lot of transcendent metal. Okay. Let's try to make this one now. I forgot what is missing research, so I guess I'll just continue it wherever it stops. Bronze ring is extruder. And there we go. Yeah, one of those things is going to get stuck, I'm pretty sure. It might be you. I know there are some things that I didn't really research correctly. Optical mainframe. Check one of these things. Is it this one? Yeah, I don't have the research for this guy, so I need you first. No. Oh no, you got stuck somewhere, right? How dare you? Yeah, I gotta take this one out. There we go. Where's this crafting? Did I not have the research for this either? Uh-oh. No, I don't think I had the research for this. Unless... Oh, I think you're trying to push stuff into there. Yeah, and it broke. Okay. Because that's also the tier 4. And that's a different one. Okay, there it is. All right. Thank you. And then research this one. Now, do I have the actual fluid cell block? Tier 4, was it? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna have to research that one, I think. Yeah, I only have tier 3 block construction data. I think that's where I left off. I was trying to make this one. Did you get stuck somewhere? No, you're just slow. UAV energy hatch. How's this guy doing? Oh, yeah. We got that. Okay. That give me a achievement? Yes. Oh, uh-oh. I'm not gonna worry about it. Achievements are not quests. Research this man. Put that here. And I should be able to craft the tier 4. Yes, okay. And then the next step is to make the tier 5. We keep going up the list. Up the list, yeah. Give me my achievements. Thank you. How much you want to bet this one needs? Another fluid storage core, which is also an assembly machine. Okay, so it looks like I just have to craft a group of each one. Wait, is that the one I need? No, I need this one. Research both at a time. All right, and then set up all the recipes that I'll need. It's also achievement? Oh, it is. Nah. There's too many achievements that I've missed. Put that guy there. Take that out. Put this guy there. And there we have 2 research things. Okay. So now I just need to do that one. So throw that in the bulk. Craft you. And how many things are you gonna need? Awaken draconium fluid pipe already. Okay. Is that a normal pipe? Yes. Quantum tank 3. Huge titanium fluid pipe. No, Nupal. 9 ass. Quintuple poly. What? Wait, quintuple? Huh? I don't think I even have that. Nope. All right, we're adding a crafting bus to our bending machine. I think that one is over here. It's this one. This guy, yeah. Cutting knife. Bending 5. Great cable. Right there. And tell this circuit 5. And I think that's good. All right, how about now? Nope. Still need you. Small, small. It's a carpal tunnel simulator putting all of these patterns inside. It's a large pipe, yeah. I was thinking about it. Oh, finally, thank you. Craft the corresponding fluid core as well. Oh, yeah. All right, so we have the UAV energy hatch as well, while the other stuff is crafting. There's always something else to do. Give me an achievement. Yeah. Oh, it was loud, sorry. You did not need to be that loud. And then we need to get star fuel and dark matter shard. You realize this fuel can be used to make dark matter. It looks like I can mine it in tiramisu. Oh no, I'm gonna mine this. 16 blocks of transcendent metal. No, thank you. Okay, let's not worry about that right now. Pico circuit is next. I need to research optical mainframes. The fluid core stuff done. Yeah, we'll wait on it for a little bit. I think I have exactly. Well, no, I don't. Just make one of you. And go ahead and research this man's. We're also trying to make another fluid storage core. Give me my achievement. Thank you. And I still need this guy. I'm not even going to check. I'm just assuming that all of them need to be researched for the next tier. Yeah. And they're getting very expensive very fast. Like tier 7 block is the one we need. Yeah, it's getting pretty expensive. I can also make it here, but I don't want to do that. The heck? I'd rather not. Drink some water while this stuff is crafting. Okay. Hurry up. Can also see that our circuit crafting is a little slow. So I think I really should look into the upgraded crafting method that we did for the DTPF, for example. Use that idea for the circuit assemblers here. And maybe even bulk assembly as well. And that should speed up a lot of the bulk crafting things. Give me this, please. And then research both of them. Thank you. Okay. So now I should be able to craft the tier 6. But I also want to research the optical mainframe for the pico circuits, which I know from experience, or not experience, but who was it? Extreme was telling me about how atrocious pico circuit crafting is. Not just Extreme, but I've actually seen it on the Discord. People struggle with this circuit because of the 500 seconds. Oh no. I'm gonna put that there. Okay, and then set up a recipe for this, but I won't be able to craft it because I don't have the right power for this. At least, I think, actually. No, I might be able to. Yeah, I might be able to craft it because the up tier S lines, they're stepped up 2 tiers. So UEV, and then it goes to UIV, and then UMV. Because they have 8 hatches each. So I should be able to do this. I think. I guess one way to find out. How expensive is this? Transcendent metal bolt. Let's solidify you. I'll make a stack at a time. Fine lanthanum wire is circuit 3. Make a stack. Polymer foil. I think I'm making the plate first, right? Yeah. Is the ingot used for anything? Not really. Okay. So make it with the plate. Circuit 1. And then try to craft one of these, maybe. How expensive you're going to be? It looks pretty pricey, but go for it. See what happens. So it looks like these are going to be discontinued. It would be funny if I made so many of these and then they got discontinued and they're not used for anything else. Yeah, that would suck. So there's a couple of things we want to do if we want to progress into eternal coils. And that is pseudo-stable black hole containment field. What a mouthful, right? But I think the preference is to have... Oh, this thing uses all the machines in here. Preference is to upgrade the DTPF, so I'm not going to focus on that yet. I'm still trying to get at least 4. And if I complain anymore, we make 4 more for 8 piled on top of that. And then I just keep adding more DTPFs if I need more. Okay, how is our biocatalyst medium going? 48 million. How is... Let's go take a visit. So you're running. I guess we can check our seaweed. Yeah, we have a net positive. We're already almost at 1 million. All right, we're doing good. So I could totally improve this by adding another group of bacterial vats. And it's probably a good idea to do that by copying the setup, but nah. Actually, probably yes, right? I should do that. But then we're going to run into that issue that these guys are not producing fast enough. You know what? You know what? There's actually something that I just remembered. There's a throughput thing in A2, right? I remember seeing this when I was just searching through all the AE2 stuff. And I'm kind of curious about it because apparently it monitors your throughput. So if I can see how fast I'm producing certain things like the seaweed extract, maybe I can like figure out if it's fast enough to support my machines over here. I'm just curious about it. Okay. Know your throughput. So I'm going to put this somewhere that has an exposed cable. We'll just put it here for now. Temporary, I promise. So if I give this the extract, this stuff. How fast am I producing you? Oops. I'm going to look at this per second option, I think. And also take a read on the throughput monitor just to see what it's about. Will show the speed of items entering your network. Clicking with an item will add it to the monitor. Use a wrench to lock the monitor. Okay, I guess that's it. It's not really telling me anything. Can I add another item? Like, I don't know, wood's glass lens? Is it more than one? Nope. Okay, I'm going to leave this there for a while. I just want to see how much we're producing. And then compare that to... I guess it's not very accurate, right? Maybe I have to change it for hour or per minute. Let's do per minute. Per minute. We'll do per minute. I mean, I can also do the math here. Check this out. So it looks like they're all producing 192 seaweed per second. So let's do some math. This one consumes, if I look at the actual recipe for growth catalyst medium, it consumes 16 seaweed extract every craft. So basically a stack every 22.5. So if this is the bottleneck now, I have to be able to produce 64 every 22.5 seconds. And this one is 4 stacks every 60 seconds. So if I do, it's every 15 seconds is a stack. Right, divide by 4. So in other words, if I double this one's going to consume basically a stack every 11.25 seconds. So this is not going to be fast enough anymore. So I would have to add more extractors if I want to double this. I think that's how the math works. Let's go look at the pico circuit. Oh, excuse me. Did it finish? You need more power to start. How dare you? Okay, so it's not going to work with multiple energy hatches, it looks like. Okay, that's a little bit of a shame. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, that's fine. I think I will add the other bacterial vats because we need the biocatalyst stuff. The other thing to check on is stem cells for producing this, or not that, biocells. As long as we're keeping this at a positive, we should be okay. Can even check on this actually. Living biochips, and this will make cheaper ZPM circuits, right? But this also uses hypogen, so I'm not very comfortable with that yet. So yeah, let's just add another group of this. Copying, yes, copying. Set mode, mark copy from here. All of this. Mark paste, go ahead and put it right here. Oh no, I don't want to do that now. Yeah, you're gonna make me get more of these petri dishes, right? And that is, I have 3, I just need 1. Okay, this is not bad. It's the xenoxine one that's annoying to get. So this isn't bad, I'll do that. We do have a biolab in over here. It's kind of just in the corner by itself. And there's a whole setup here that, there's a whole setup here. I don't know how else to explain it. It was a whole thing trying to automate it to get the xenoxine things. I remember this. I did this off camera. It was a fun experiment. Very tedious though. Okay, so I need 1 of you, so I just need a bunch of biocells and raw biocatalyst medium. We're gonna wait for a batch to finish crafting, and then I would like to steal it all. Yeah, sure, okay. And then I just need petri dish. No. Shut down 1800 hours ago? Okay. How long have you been powered down? Oh, okay, that's why. Alright. Take this out. I'm gonna have to turn you on for a little bit. Well, that's going to take a while to charge up. I'll come back. I guess what I can do to increase it, make it faster, is... I don't know if I'm allowed to put an energy hatch like to the side or something. I'll just leave it. Okay. So if I want to increase how much power we send into this guy, what we also need to work on is a UIV dynamo. And of course, I'm pretty sure to make this, I need to have a UEV dynamo, or research that. And I think this fluid cell block stuff, I'll do this off camera. I know I said it, I was going to do it yesterday. Gonna be honest, I kind of forgot about it. So I'll just do it. I'll do this tonight. Hopefully I remember about it. Chances are I'm going to forget though. Hurry up. Okay, thank you. All right, research this dude. Okay, and then I should be able to craft a dynamo hatch. Just gotta do one of those. Do it again so I can, what do you call it? Share it between both ass lines. Like that. There you go. So next step is for me to actually craft the big dudes. I might as well set up all the recipes, right? So for example, if I want to start crafting the 64 amps. Yeah, let's try to craft this stuff here. Another option is to use one of these guys, right? That would be so cool, but that needs a Shirobon, not happening. So let's make a 64 amp dynamo hatch. I just want to set up the recipe first. This one is... Oh, it's wire, right? Can I not make it here? I guess not. Circuit 12? Sure. Yeah, I can do that. And then this one is circuit 0. And then 16 amp dynamo hatch is circuit 0. And I guess going down the list, it's all going to be circuit 0. At least those two. I'm running out of space for circuit 0 as well. Not you. You. Oh no. Man, you got so many recipes. How dare you? And there it is. I'm out of space. All right, I get another crafting buffer. Let's go to the processing array and add a something. Oh man, there's so much stuff here. Don't even know if I have the space to add anything else.
Water, water, water.
Water.
Water. A cup of water. Hello, Strimer.
Hello, Strimer. Who's gonna tell him? Now, how you doing, Extreme? I have to take a sip of water. You just reminded me of something, actually. I'll talk about it. A little bit of a story time. Maybe that's what the water redeem is going to be from now on. Story time with burning. Take some water first. So, when I was in high school, I was a part of the marching band, right? And one of the fondest memories I have of it were the other drummers. I was a percussion player, of course, if it's not obvious already. But one of the other like the other drummers. For some reason, it became a thing, like during summer band especially, where they would just yell out water as loud as they can when they were thirsty because they kept like because we marched a lot and they were like that the band directors weren't depriving us of water, right? But you know how dramatic kids can be. So all the kids were like pretending to be like thirsty and everyone was screaming water, water. So sometimes we would march like during the drills, like we would actually practice in the middle of us marching, we're like doing this and just screaming out water. Another thing we would do, like every day we would do these exercises to get us prepped up for the day. Because if you've never been in marching band, it's actually it's tough. It does take a lot of effort to do. Not as much as like a sport, obviously, right? Like football, no, but marching band does need a good amount of exercise. But anyways, so we would do exercises like that, and then just screaming water the entire day. It became a whole thing. So every time someone says water, 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 that's what I think. I forgot where I left off. I'm just gonna clear everything here. I'm just setting up recipes, by the way. I'm just chilling. We're working on a 64 amp dynamo hatch next, and also the energy hatch equivalent. I'm not going to build anything today, but I'm just preparing it for next time. Because I do want to upgrade the AS machines, or AS lines. Even the AS machine, upgrade it to UIV. But yeah, we do have our first UIV energy hatch, by the way. This dude just chilling. So I can craft those now, at least. And aside from that, I've just spent a little bit of time upgrading the bacterial vat for more growth catalyst. And so far we're doing pretty good, but it's still not fast, so I'm going to be adding another one. And then we went down the rabbit hole, like, oh, I tried to craft another one, but then I don't have enough petri dishes because I need one more. And so I went over here to our little clean room we have over here. And I realized it turned off like 1,800 hours ago. And now that it's 100% efficiency, I can run this for a little bit. You're going to be slow, but I'll come back to that. I don't know if there's a better way to guarantee you're going to get this, so I'm not going to worry about it. But pretty much it. Kind of chill episode. Unfortunately, we did not finish the DTPFs. They took a while. Our hypogen coils, we do have 1,200, but not enough for 2 more DTPFs. So I'll craft that again whenever the episode finishes. No, it's wire mill 1. Quantum wire. Circuit 8. Spring. Let's say bending 1. Superconductor base is bending 1 as well. Quantum spring, also bending 1. Still, how dare you? Use fluid solidifier for these two. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I meant to get you. Oops. Long rod. I swear I was thinking about the song like 5 seconds before it actually started playing. What the heck? It's a weird coincidence. Okay, we can craft it. I'm not going to craft it yet, though. I just want to prepare the recipes. Was I making something else? Oh, I was kind of just waiting for this, right? You're still working. Okay. Let's get a couple more biocatalysts. Raw biocatalyst. Yeah. Just made myself a delicious chicken quesadilla with some good tea. It's divine. Yo, I was also talking about it earlier where I went to a walk at the park, right? My favorite park of all time so far. And I used that as a good excuse to get some pluckers, which is it's this I don't know if it's well known, but it's a really good place to get chicken wings in like Central Texas. And the nearest one from where I live is like 30 minutes away, so I usually don't get it. But whenever I'm over there for the walk, because I have to go over there for the walk, I was like, you know what? I'm already here. Let's get some pluckers. So I also ate some delicious chicken. Maybe not quesadillas, though. That sounds good, though. Mm-hmm. 64 amp energy hatch. I can craft that. I just want to get this guy going. Gonna need you. Gonna need you. Gonna need you. A whole bunch of different things. Put that in ass machine 0. What kind of tea did you get? I haven't. I kind of fell off on the whole tea stuff. I haven't gotten tea yet. Can I just make it 64 amp energy hatch? Oh yeah. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is 16 amps each. So I should be able to cram a 64 amp. So on the next episode, yeah, I'm gonna cram. Okay, I need to craft one of each. Actually, not even that. I just need one dynamo hatch and a bunch of UAV energy hatches. So we might as well upgrade all the way to 16 of them for the 2 ass lines, so I can craft some fun stuff. And then for the ass machine, it sounds funny when I say that, I think. You want to maybe upgrade to the target hatch? How atrocious is that, though? Legendary? Okay. Well, how much is 64? Voltage out is 33 times 64. That is 2.1 billion. So it's not quite 8.5 billion yet, so don't do that. Okay, yeah, I think I want to look into UAV lasers. But we need to upgrade the ass machine first. I'll take a look at that later. Chamomile, spearmint, lemongrass, tilia flowers, blackberry leaves. Relax. I've only been once for an unplanned layover in Houston Airport. As a Texan, I'm sorry that you went to Houston. That's like one of the towns you don't want to go to. I haven't really been through Houston much. I'm only saying that because that's what I hear. But the times I've driven past Houston, man. I mean, it's like that in every big town, though. Yeah, it really is a thing. Texas is so huge, and so is everything in Texas. Haven't been to Europe yet, and that's the thing too. A lot of people say like, "Oh, Americans aren't so well traveled." I'm only saying that because that's what I hear a lot. But like, have you seen the size of Texas? Even just Texas by itself is massive. So it's kind of difficult. We can drive 10 hours, even 16 hours, and would still be in the same state. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, you want to go pick up like a fancy food? You're driving an hour. It's like me. I want to go take a walk at a park. 30-minute drive. not including traffic. No, but Texas is nice. I really like it. There's a lot of really nice parks in my area that I didn't really realize until I started looking into them. But if there's one park that you should absolutely visit, or one area of Texas, I would say it's either a tie between the Hill Country or um, Big Bend National Park. I've only driven past it. I've never been there. I would love to take a road trip to there, but again, it's like a 10-hour drive for me just to get to Big Bend. But my brother and sister-in-law told me about their experience over there in Big Bend, and like it seems like a really pretty place. Massive mountains. You visited more cities in the U.S. than in Canada, and I'm from there. I haven't been to Canada either. Sounds familiar, actually. Yeah, I remember hearing a lot of news about the fires and a lot of the parts in North America. What was I doing? I kind of forgot. Oh yeah. I was crafting or trying to wait for the petri dishes. Trying to set up another group of. You're gonna finish here. 7.5. No, how dare you? Wait, don't you end up here? Oh, you do end up here. Either way, it's not finished. How much do you have? That'll run a couple more times. I'll come back to that later. Yeah, I still have to study the fluid soap blocks off camera. And then I guess while I'm waiting for the petri dishes to show up, it's basically confirmed that I also need to duplicate my extractor setup, so we'll do that. Did you research wireless hatches yet? Not yet. I'm kind of holding off on that until I get the UAV capacitor. Because we can't really support wireless power right now. Because our download speed's not fast enough. And that's one of the things I'm working on is faster biocatalyst medium crafting. This is just another buffer, so I'm going to. You're only missing 1.4 million. That's a buffer. I can increase that. Actually, what's needed for this? That's not how it works. I thought the same before. What do you mean? Should I just make wireless then? It's because my main concern is that wireless hatches pull from. Oh. Yes, but for me to even enable wireless, I have to like risk my power. And I don't want to do that. But how atrocious are energy hatches actually? That might be a good thing to do anyways. Because we do have a massive buffer. I don't think like I think you guys remember the buffer. We have 3.33 like to the 17th power just sitting there. And this is gonna last us forever if I'm not giving billions. So yeah, maybe we should do that. Okay, you're right. At least for the smaller machines, so I don't have to be plugging in cables everywhere because it does take a while. But wasn't there something stopping me from this? Not really. Oh, but I'm gonna have to craft each one, right? So let's look at like UIV energy hatches. Is probably what I want to start using from now on. You can have two LSCs, one that's wireless and pulls from wireless network with a big capacitor, another that receives power from the first one. And at least until you can craft capacitors like cookies. I'm trying to think about that. So one thing we can do is like how you said, have another capacitor, but control the output so it doesn't like delete all my power, right? And then that one would be connected to the wireless. And then this one is just normal. Is that what you're saying? It could be actually useful, but we have such a big buffer in there. I think we're actually able to hold off until the UIV anyways. So like my what's the my I guess you can say roadmap is getting 2 more DTPFs. I still need to do that, and then UIV capacitor or UEV, sorry, and then spam wireless. I think that's what I want to do. I just want to guarantee that I don't have power issues, and also to like access the big battery buffer we have in there. I'll think about it though. We're not going to get into it right now though, because the wireless energy hatches, these guys take a lot of research to do, right? So if I want the UIV one, for example, I have to study UEV. No. So this still is not going to happen for a while either way. Yeah. Okay. One thing I'm curious about, what even uses tier 6 water? Americium doped wafer. Can I craft you with a different water? No, that's the best. Okay. Yeah, that's the best. Okay. And then what else? Why do I need this one to be a big buffer? Mask living crystal chip. That's it. I can make you with grade 8, but I don't know if I want to. Yeah, not for masks, not really. I don't need to. Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't need to worry about it. I don't want to be consuming grade 8 water for that. Okay, I think I just need to increase the buffer. And doing that is as simple as telling this change this number to a 3. Now it's 30 million. And the only reason I'm not increasing it so far is because I don't want to destroy the rest of the water line. I'm a little nervous. Okay, how is this guy over here? Are you done? No? How dare you? Alright, you're going to be working there for a while. Let's continue with the extractor over here. I need more biocatalyst. I also did notice that we are ready for QFT tier 3. That's another thing. There's so many things to... There's a lot of things. Is that the most upgraded extractor I can do? Turn this one into a normal one. Yes, it is. Okay. For seaweed, yeah. I need more extractors for seaweed. For the biocatalyst stuff. This one's tier 4, so I can't do this yet. Because I think tier 4 needs UMV stuff. But the second tier, I can do tier 3 is what I'm saying for rock growth. I should be able to do tier 3 because this is UIV field generators, which is still atrocious, but it's a little bit closer. But I'm not really struggling on the growth catalyst. I'm struggling on the bio stuff. Okay, let's just go ahead and make the plan. Do that. I'm going to set up another group of bacterial vats, and for me to support that running 100% of the time, I need more extractors. I'm hoping I have enough centrifuges. There's 12 of them, but it's not difficult to add more. If I need to do that, I'll do that. No problem. So I'm going to add this to my list of things to research. So I want to work all the way up to UAV wireless, which I can't even make because I need UXV circuits. It's not happening. Never mind. So what's the best tier I can do? I'm assuming UEV. I can do UEV. I can do pico circuits now. I was also I was reminded from what you would tell me earlier about how atrocious pico circuits are, and I just remembered about that. I did craft my first one though. I think I can complete a quest. No, I need more power. So I'll set that up tomorrow. I need more energy hatches and a dynamo hatch to upgrade the ass lines. Ass machine stuck? What happened? Oh, don't tell me. Oh, don't tell me. There's too many. You ran out of space. Oh, that's not good. It was only a matter of time before you run out of space. F. Sorry you had to do that. Time for a second one. Which, you know, convinces me I might as well upgrade the heck out of it with actually, you know what? The second one can be like I don't want to get rid of any of this. So I think what I'm going to do is have a second one with cram as many stuff as I can, and then if I want to bulk craft them, that's when I add even more with the proxies, right? I'm going to need another one either way. Wow, how dare you? Okay, and it should be good now. Yeah, there it is. All right, precise assembler. Go ahead and set it up. I'm gonna wait for this to finish first. You only need like 2 to 3 for general purpose stuff. Okay, good to know. Especially wrapped ingots, because you already know how much I've been complaining about that. But honestly, I haven't really felt any problems after I gave this 8.5 billion. I think all the cheaper stuff is gonna experience the same thing. Crafting UEV energy hatches, that is in the bulk ass line, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's just finish setting up the extractors over here. It's basically a superconductor crafting machine / wrapped ingots / irradiant uranium. Okay. Got you. All right, got more of you. I love that noise. And then, how many channels do I have? I feel like I'm running low on channels. 23, I got the channels, never mind. Just get some black cable. Like how extractor equals T-SETI seaweed machine, yeah. I don't even have any of these on craft. It's all just, oh, I forgot to connect them. Deserved. I don't even know if I have enough power for this either. I'm gonna assume I do. If I run out of power, deserved. Skill issue. But I don't even have these on like craft. They're just making seaweed. That's literally all they're good for.
Skill issue.
Skill what? Skill issue? How did Brian not know how to pronounce issue? Take some water, thanks. His name is Brian, right? Skill issue. Again, I don't really know if I have the power for this. I did add another 64 amp dynamo, but I don't know if that's enough power. I guess we'll see. How's that? Sure. Okay. One day I'm gonna remember to set up the the other component while shared component as line. I still have it. All right, let's see if this is enough. I mean, I did the math. I think this is going to be enough for 2 of them. It's just that my next concern is if I'm able to produce the actual seaweed stuff fast enough. So if we do the math here, 64 seconds or 64 every 60 seconds. So that is 4 stacks, 8 stacks every minute, 8 stacks every 60 seconds, and this is 192. I'm not going to do the math. We're just going to hope and pray that it works. Okay, we have more of those dudes. It would be unfortunate if that's not enough and I can't really add any more. I mean, I can. I just have to move it somewhere else. I'm going to bookmark the precise assembler, but I'm not going to craft it. I'm not going to set it up right now. Actually, that's not true. I'm going to need it if I want to craft the energy hatches ahead of time. All right, there we go. I just needed one. Just needed one. Thank you. Let's set up the other bacterial vat. That is copy, plan, clear manual plans, mark copy. Not you. You're rejected. Decommissioned. There we go. Isn't it so nice when you can ask for a craft that it crafts it without complaining that you're missing something? I like that. Okay, I do need to set up the precise assembler though. So I will put it back over here. Machine controller? No. You're annoying. The heck? What? Guys, I broke it. What happened? Wait, is that a secret feature of the crowbar? Huh? I kind of want to leave it there forever as a... I think we may have found a new bug. Hang on. Let's see if I can recreate it. Okay, it might be a precise assembler bug. Let me see if it's any precise assembler. Maybe this one's cursed. But what happens if I put it in the front? I can't put it in the front. It doesn't let me. Oh, okay. Okay, what happens if I put one on a machine that's already built? It works fine. All right, we're gonna leave this one there forever. It's the cursed precise assembler. This will be a permanent fixture somewhere. Oh, stealth assembler. Stealth ass. Where'd I put it? It's got to be somewhere that I'm gonna remember it exists because I'm gonna forget about it. Put it right over here, right there. Yeah, right there. Okay. Then I just have to put you here. Need to flip this guy around twice. Right there. And there we go. Now I need to make a bunch of those precise Mark IV casings. Not sure how much I need, so make 100. That's done, so let's go back to the bacterial vat. Invalid item for slot 0 in a quadrio rod. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna need a couple more things though, like Hinderium fluid pipes to copy the. Well, I can always just do this actually. Yeah, connect everything with all the power stuff. Go all the way over here. And then I want to copy probably right there. Mark paste. If I put that right there. How dare you? Sir, please go the correct spot. Oh, please. No. Thank you. Listen to me, please. This man. All right, make another plan. That shouldn't be too bad. I guess what I can do is no, I don't have to do it like this. I can do it a little differently. Watch this, watch this. Connect you like this. Here's hoping that this all of these 64. I'm tongue twisted. My neighbor's being loud again. Here's hoping that 64 amps of dynamo can support all these new machines that I've been adding. Can you actually hear my neighbors? I know sometimes you can when it gets like super loud, but I think my noise gate prevents that from happening. All of this setup for suspicious green fluid. So what I'm gonna do here is actually send all the fluid to not here. I can save a channel, but I will push it to the other setup. And before I connect everything, I also need to have I need to change the frequencies on everything here. So this is going to add a 0 because I don't want these frequencies to connect to each other. Also adjust this guy. Like that, yes. Stealth ass. I just reread your message. I'm curious if if it stays like that until like world reset or something. Does the cable mode work with pipes? I'm curious about this. Oh, you do. Oh, that's good to know. Then go ahead and connect you to there. I still don't know if this really does anything, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Pretty sure it does. I like the noise at least. Okay. Then I need to connect the connections over there. Give me dense, I guess just a dense flux cable. And then it can be a regular cable, but how many channels do I have? 26. I have 5. Yeah, that'll work. All right, I can just do this actually. Select you, and you're gonna come off of here. It's gonna look funny. That's fine. I just want this to work. And there you go. And there's our favorite radiation noise. Oh yeah, we have to bonk the machine, right? So it can shush. Oh, shush, please, thank you. All right, this has all the fluid. You have all the items. And then turn this on. Okay, and then we get some fluid cells here. Now I'm going to feed. Pretty much steal like a little bit from the other one. Yeah, from these guys. Just enough to jumpstart the other one. Just take a quarter stack from each one. Right there, and then put that much. And there we go. Okay. We have quadrupled our crafting of the biocatalyst. So what's probably going to end up happening is that we're going to be consuming the growth catalyst too much because that has not been upgraded in forever either. That one is over here. Maybe even mutagen might be a problem, but we have a long ways to go from that. So this is also running on the old cringe setup, so maybe I want to work on this or rush the QFT to deal with this so I don't have to have this bacterial vat anymore. And this, I guess mutagen is also something we can get from that. I mean, if we don't use mutagen, then we don't really need it for much else, right? Yeah. So I'm going to bookmark QFT. Maybe we want to focus on it someday or pretty soon. I'll check on how our growth catalyst is off camera. And if I need to fix it, then I'm just going to copy the setups I have over there. But it looks like our machines are able to run with a 64 amp dynamo hatch. And the main question is, let me also do this. Tear this down. The main question mostly is if I'm able to produce enough of the extract. So we have 10,000. It's actually a pretty good amount. If I see this go less than 10,000, then we might not be able to produce it fast enough. And the answer to that, more centrifuges. But this is gonna, I don't know how much we're gonna get like biocatalyst medium, but that's a lot more than before. Yeah, we really need this stuff. And I'm assuming it works correctly that they get pumped out of, yeah, everything gets pumped over there and then into the storage bus, which gets read from the system and produces it automatically into the heated version, which is what we need. You had 16 of each bacterial vat type running on 2x UIV hatches for each step. For each step of the 4 steps in the raw bio line before QFT tier 4, same for Radox infra. So Radox, don't remind me. Oh man, Radox is such a cringe setup. I don't even want to show you. Yeah, it's a single coke of it. Well, I gotta come back to that. Hit this setup at 32 times. I mean, it's probably more because it's only running on UV. Oh, it's running on UHV, really? Oh, it's even better than I thought. Okay, at least it's UHV, not UV. All right. How was my casing? I think what I'm gonna do to end the episode is just set up another precise assembler, and we'll call it there. So we're going to do basically a duplicate of this guy, which is just regular glass. You don't have to do any special glass for this. Because QFT tier 4 is very, very, very far, at least a few billion liters of raw bio. And all right. What I can do at least is do the tier 3 QFT. Pretty sure I can do that. Soon, relatively soon at least. I guess we're going to complain about it whenever we actually get to work on it. But it's not the focus right now. Right now, I need more DTPFs for sure. Causes in the catalysts. You're talking about this stuff? Oh. Oh, yeah. Ew. Okay. Gonna have to come back to that. I was gonna set this up to be reinforced glass. Use the best machine casing, that's UHV. And then unit casing tier 5. Go ahead and copy. Each catalyst gives you free parallels. Okay. All right, and then go ahead and put this guy down. Oh, you broke again. What's wrong with the precise assemblers? They're bugging out. Need some UHV machine casings. That's not a problem. All right, and then I'm just gonna duplicate it pretty much. So we have a muffler here. Right here. And then maintenance hatch to the right here actually. I'm gonna have to research or like I say research, but I really mean, well, probably research as well, but like study up on the QFT, how it works. Because I'm not very like, I don't really know about it. Oh, you have to feed it plasmas also, right? Yeah, I have to study on this. It gains 1 parallel per catalyst, I see. Okay, yeah, I have to research that. See what it's all about. Okay. And then we need to give this an output bus. Output bus goes over here. And then we'll go ahead and upgrade this with correct laser hatch 1024. Right here. And then a corresponding source hatch. That is no, I'm looking for target hatch. Do I not have a target hatch? Right here. And then that guy over there is going to have maybe this one because you don't have the backbone connected. So that one has to get the power, bring it all the way over here, connect that, and then I'll slap on this crafting buffer. This one is going to be called Ass Machine 0. You have all these recipes. And then I just need to connect you. Laser source, and then go ahead and bring it all the way over there. And I don't think I have enough mirrors, or I have enough mirrors, but not the vacuum pipes. That's probably enough. Probably. To go on a road trip. Imagine not having access to mirrors. Isn't this something they recently added? That would suck. Having to like build a transformer at every turn. UEV laser target. Uh-huh. UEV laser source. Yes. Okay, you're already connected. That would have been funny if it didn't work and I blew it up. All right, and then go ahead and connect. You have 9 channels, so I'm just going to bring your connections over there. Yeah, I should put it right there. Okay, and then have a black cable. Goes like this, right there. Okay. So I think we have this set up already. Turn that on. And there we go. No, normal mode. And we have our second precise assembler. Should be set up. If I need more parallels, that's where we start using crafting buffers. And these guys are going to have all the recipes. Everything else, use the proxies. So what I want to do, prepare off camera. I think it's time to wrap up the episode. A couple things I need to prepare. For example, I need 2 more DTPFs. Oh, please. You're tempting me to just set up the pump to get over out of bow cells. Oh no, it's just a buffer again. Please, 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 please. The buffers. Thank you. Okay, 2 more DTPFs and then the corresponding casings for them. So I need the coils. I was at 12 DTPFs and hydrogen before my first eternal coils. Well, I can't craft more than 2 of them. My base is struggling already. But yeah, I know I won a lot. All right, so I need enough for 2 of them. That's enough. I have enough of those. Injection casings. I have enough of those. Dimensional bridges. I just needed dimensional bridges and the other stuff. Missing sterilized biocatalyst medium. Oh, of course you are. I'm going to make the hypogen. Actually, I can just make that 120 or 240. Do that. You're too big of a craft. I have to wait for the DTPF to finish because I still haven't upgraded my crafting storage yet. Speedrun team at 176? Is that just the answer for the end game? Just spam DTPFs? Honestly, at this point, I'm for it. But we can't build that many at a time. There's clear bottlenecks. Hypogen, I want 4,000 in total. So 4,000 minus 1297. We have everything for the coils already. They just have to actually be crafted. Yeah. And I do want to upgrade my energy or my ass lines. So get a UIV dynamo and 16 UIV energy hatches. Okay, I can craft them. Sweet. That's also going to take 5 ever, but that's going to upgrade my ass lines and let me craft pico circuits for other upgrades. But that's as much as I'm going to stress my system because I'm a little nervous because, yeah, time to empty is not a lot. That's just what happens whenever you craft stuff nonstop. My base has been producing nonstop. So I'll leave this run for like 2 hours, then I'll check on it, and if it struggles, then okay, I'll come back to it. Because after 2 trillion EU per tick, DTPF, it's just too bad. Power usage and catalyst cost, if convergence. Okay. So so really the answer is parallelizing, right? That seems to be the general theme I've noticed in that speedrun group is just parallelize. Because parallelizing saves you power. Because you use like less power to do more stuff. So for example, I can save like for those bacterial vats, if I just like quadruple them but use like a lower tier, that'll save me power but do the same thing. Not sure. Okay, but we'll leave that crafting overnight. That's all I'm gonna do. I'll keep an eye on my power though, because power is getting a little low. So what we've been doing for the past couple episodes is like realizing what we need to upgrade, and I think the next step, before I get to Dyson Sphere, I think I should start committing to Mark V fuel, which means, yeah, we need to deal with Radox. So I will, and that's why that's why that's bookmarked. So tomorrow I'm gonna start working on Mark V fuel if there's no other bottlenecks, which there probably is. We all know this. So that seems like the roadmap, right? DTPFs, Mark V fuel, UEV capacitor. It's those 3 things. Those are our major things. I guess you can say compact Mark V as well. That's the other thing, Dyson Swarm. How reasonable is it for us to get to Dyson Swarm? What's the most expensive thing here? Because it looks like everything is reasonable. Hollow casing, all that's okay. Oh yes. Oh no. I think it's these guys. 62 of them? Are you saying you need like couple stacks of pumps and conveyors? I mean, we can do it. It's just a lot of crafting cost, but hmm. It's going to be expensive, but I think like it's about 80, less than 80 UMV circuits. Honestly, it feels like that's not too bad, but oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I'll bookmark it. Maybe this is the deal, or this is the solution for our power. It's definitely the cheapest power. So, how do you power this? You need swarm modules, right? That's what you feed it. Yeah, we'll consider this, but yeah, it's becoming kind of clear that the power is becoming a situation. Machine will explode if dynamo buffer is full, so I need to like connect it to an LSC or something. You give it 10,000 Dyson swarm modules and 100,000 computation each hour, it loses like 60 only. Oh. And it's 337 billion power. That's 10 times the power we're generating. So yeah, I think we want to look into this. It's going to be a thick power craft or power cost. Okay. All right, well, I'll consider it, but we might just still do Mark V as an intermediate. Yeah, I think we'll do Mark V as an intermediate step, and then because really the only issue with Mark V is the lack of redox, which we have to fix anyways, and then we'll go into Dyson Swarm. Mm-hmm. We need some power. My poor base. It uses up so much power. Poor base. I mean, it's able to craft a lot of stuff, but still struggles. But I can say, though, even just 2 DTPS has been a huge bonus for us. Just 2 of them has helped us out a ton. Imagine with 100 of them. Or 176 like the speedrun team have or had. Okay, we'll leave it here. It's a pretty good space to wrap up for tonight. All right, I'll go ahead and call it here. So, as always, I appreciate everyone's time and support. Again, my mic did change a little bit. I'm just experimenting with some settings, mostly to do with mic placement. And just to prepare mostly for the piano streams that are coming up. I don't even know if I'm going to do the streams, honestly. It's a little tricky to set up multiple cameras because I don't have the recording space for it. But that's also just an excuse. So I got to plan better what I'm going to do for those kinds of episodes. But yeah, I did experiment with the mic stuff. Hopefully it sounds better. I'm going to listen back to it and then cringe at myself like I always do. But anyways, I will be back. Tomorrow's Friday, right? So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully my stuff finishes crafting and my base doesn't shut down. It's always like a prayer, like a thing that I hope for every episode, right? Anyways, for now, have a good night. Take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.